only going live for like 10 minutes. Only because I just seen this story air on Fox. 10-minute video. Then I'm going live again on another topic. I just wanted to see how the algorithm would pick up on a topic like this. This is just a test. It's just a test topic right here. Cause I do history and content on, nationality, history, culture, anthropology, and science. I don't really do content on politics and propaganda because we understand that the military industry and the revenue they generate. So propaganda from these governments, spooking the people so they can get more money to produce more mass weaponry. You see, we have to take that into consideration. The news reporting these stories is prompted by the government to do so. So I don't really take it serious, but I did see the story earlier. So, just for the sake of the algorithm and the country, China or whatever, I'm posting this. Right. So do they really know the difference? I think they do know the difference between ethnicity and nationality because I've seen the leader of this country, China, make reference to the so-called black Americans before. Or the black people. The black people. As they say, the black people. With an R. So, do they know the difference between the people who run politics in America versus the everyday consumer and the public, the general public? I really think they do. The fact that Chinese nationals own 200,000 plus acres of land in the U.S., the fact that they have their own police stations, even their own cities, because they even have Chinatowns throughout the U.S., Chinatowns, right? So I'm sure they know the culture. They have vast levels of intelligence, different layers of intelligence, and watchdogs from restaurants. Every aspect and layer of society in the United States, you can find these people watching everything we do. So there's no way they don't know the difference between Americans, because what I'm saying is there's 32 different countries in America. If people didn't know that, there's actually two more countries that's applying for sovereignty. So it will be technically 34 countries in America. A lot of people don't even know that. When they think of America, they just think of the United States. They just run with the 50 states. No, the 50 states are territories within one nation. It's one nation, but it's divided into 50 states. So, but that's one country out of the other 31 countries. There's 32 countries in the Americas. 32 to be exact. Antigua, Barbados, Mexico, Canada, Belize, Grenada, right? That's just 5 countries. There's 32 different countries. And within those 32 countries, there's different ethnic groups. In the United States, which is a de facto government and language, English is a de facto language, they use the terms black and white, which are not nationalities. That's within their own system that they define with. But China has its own problem with misnomers and misclassifications of citizens. They have their own problems. How they identify and choose not to identify certain people within their nation or their borders or their corporate entities. But I'm looking at this story of, China gearing up towards conflict, which could be propaganda. So The Pentagon can ask for more money to compete. The Pentagon has to get more prepared for the threat of China. You got to get prepared. So we need a couple billion more dollars. Right? That's how I look at it. So that's one. Right? That's how I look at it. So that's one way to look at it. Is propaganda and or is serious business as far as their interests and the debt that's owed to them. There's a debt that's owed to them, and they can take action on that. And if they was to take action, do they really know that we are just everyday people minding our business, regardless of what the news put out, regardless of what the mainstream put out, regardless of what the politics say about us? We have human rights. We have human rights. We have the rights to our nationality. We have indigenous rights. This government and system, they deem people to be colors. They'll give you a color and a slap you on the back and tell you to go pay taxes. They issue people colors. But you have the right to express yourself. You don't have to be a color. You don't have to be a color. So a lot of people are not colors. So I'm just wondering, does other countries outside of the U.S. recognize the freedoms of expressions from individuals who choose to identify, like on the application, it says, it gives you the options for nationality and race, and it says other. You might see on the application, it may say American Indian, Pacific Islander, it may say non-Latino, Hispanic, Black, White, and other. So other means that they understand that you can self-identify. And if you can self-identify, that means you don't have to be a color. And if you understand what I'm saying, so does China understand the difference if they were to engage with the people that run politics in this country? Because in certain aspects, we are mayors and sheriffs in small instances, but majority, over 90% of politics and farming is ran by white men, white males. Probably like 90%, right? People that are classified as white. So, hostile nations need to understand that. And this is a brief video, like I said. I'm not even barely doing 10 minutes because this is going on YouTube from my channel. And I'm asking the question 10 minutes because this is going on YouTube from my channel. And I'm asking the questions and I'm putting people on notice. The nation China know the difference between Americans and white male United States citizens / nationals that unanimously rule politics. And they distinguish themselves from everyone else. They let us know that they are white people, white men, and you're an African American, a Black, Latino, Hispanic minority. This is how they distinguish themselves with everyone. They are the white people. They are the superior upper class. And when we talk about this, they get emotional and they say, we're all in it together. No, we're not. No, we are not all in it together. Y'all made this mess. Y'all rule the politics. You rule the media. You determine what goes in on the media. So, when it's time to deal with China, you're on your own. It's just how it's going to be. When it comes to dealing with Russia and China, y'all are on y'all own because y'all are the superior government. Y'all are the superior culture, right? Y'all are the white people. Y'all run it. Y'all run everything when it comes to government and policing. So hostile nations need to understand that they stand alone as the U.S., Uncle Sam, the superior race, white people. They are the government of the U.S. So when it comes to engaging with China and nuclear capabilities, they need to stand up like men and represent that and not put that on the public. Not expect the minorities that um they don't desire, and they underserve. They underserve the minorities, and they put forth newly arrived migrants over them. So we need to understand that. And that's what this video was about. And I know it's a touchy topic, it's sensitive, because when it comes to actually engaging in sensitive situations like this, we all want to be together. We're all Americans. Come on, man, stop all the division. Nope, nope, nope. When it comes to dividing that treasury money, when it comes to divide dividends, we're not equal. In fact, we got nothing coming. Majority of us have nothing coming. You either get food stamps or Social Security, or you work. And the rest of the stipends go into the rich and the wealthy, Republican Party, and the Democratic Party that serves all the minorities. The Democrat Party, they get funding to serve minorities, and the minorities do not get that money. The only minorities that get that money are probably Asian migrants and Hispanic migrants, and some Native American reservations. The so-called black African American people do not get any of that money. I'm here to let y'all know that. Nothing. Women and children, they get served. I will admit that. They will get housing and food stamps, but that's about as far as it goes. They don't get anything. They don't get loans or none of that. And you can call it racism, whatever you want to call it, but that's just how the system go. It's designed like that to make sure blacks don't get anything. And I'm not making this up. I'm not being a crybaby. I'm not doing the race baiting. That's not what I'm doing. That's how this system is designed. That's how this system has always been. So I'm not up here begging and, like being a wimp. I'm letting the world know how this country, the U.S., is set up. It's not set up to serve black people. Not that I care, because black is not a nationality. It's not an American. So I respect that. So when it comes to clashing, black is not a nationality. It's a social construct. Sub-Saharan African, brought here from Africa. Don't expect them to fight for you. Don't expect them to stand up and be a pawn in this race. Leave them alone and leave us alone. And just understand that us Americans that know we are Americans, we don't owe anything. We are owed. We are actually owed land and reparations that we demand. And yeah, I'm just being the voice of reason to, these countries with nuclear capabilities. You have a duty. You have a duty to make sure that you engage with the right adversary. You can't hit friendly, you can't engage on civil adversary. You can't hit friendly, you can't engage on civilians. You can't engage in non-military personnel. We are not military personnel. We are not politicians. We are not law enforcement. So y'all cannot engage with us. It's international laws that protect people like us in America. Like I said, there's 32 different countries in America. The United States is just one. And a lot of us don't have rights in the United States. They go out of their way to give us felonies to make sure that we don't have an advantage in the United States. They make sure every day to prosecute us, to make sure we can't get loans and housing, to discriminate against us. Now, I'm not going to say some of us aren't successful. Some of us are successful in the United States. Like I say, I'm not up here whining. But majority, over 90% of the United States, we don't have access to any of the stipends, any of the revenue, any of the government. We're just left out. So, yeah, there you have it. You know the difference. And I just wanted to make sure the world understands that. And I am about to go live again. I just had to do this because I understand who runs this app, who watches over these topics, and I know people are shy. They don't want to talk about stuff like this. They want to be distracted with remedial topics and, gossip. It's either entertainment gossip, racial divisions, infighting. But this is reality right here, with governments spending billions of dollars each year on, possible conflict resolution and on, possible conflict resolution and building up their armory, billions, hundreds of billions of dollars. And yeah, experts warned that there could be a clash. There could be a clash coming. And I'm not going to say the word WAR, even though that's what the story says. But there could be a clash soon. And where do we stand in it? Because we don't want to be involved in it at all. We haven't even got our reparations. And they refuse to recognize our nationality. They continue to call our people colors. You're asking me what? Grandma Carson. I'm sure you can read. You asking me what? I'm sure you can read. It says it right there. Does China know the difference between Americans and white male United States citizens that unanimously rule politics? So let me break it down. America has 32 different countries. United States is just one. So there's 32 different types of Americans. 32 different types. It's not just one type of American. You got the United States people in America, and you got 32 other nations. That's what I mean. So when dealing with the United States, you cannot deal with the other 31 nations how you deal with the United States, which is mainly determined by white men. White men that is lobbied by the state of Israel. Determined by white men. White men that is lobbied by the state of Israel. The state of Israel lobbies the United States, so they go hand in hand. Israel, Britain, and the United States, those three nations. So they go hand in hand. Israel, Britain, and the United States, those three nations. That's who typically runs the politics of the United States. Britain, United States with their allies, and Israel. Y'all are all together. And everybody else is on the outside. We don't have any say. They hire people to work certain government jobs, and they read from a script. It don't matter their skin color. Their skin color can be anything, but they don't have any authority. Only the white men do. It don't matter their skin color. Their skin color can be anything, but they don't have any authority. Only the white men do. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because that's what your history book says. That's what your media says. Everyone else is a minority. I don't give a dang on what your nationality is. You're a minority. And only the white man has the say. That's how things go in the U.S. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying right now. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. Tell me I'm lying right now. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. Oh, boy. What's going on? I'm out of here. Oh, boy. What's going on? I'm out of here. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to go out on a topic in about 10 minutes, man. I appreciate y'all for this. And I will be reposting this on YouTube. Make sure you share and subscribe and enjoy the rest of my content. Look at that, 666. Somebody stopped it right there. Let me screenshot that. Yeah, with 6 viewers. Peace out. Let me screenshot that. Yeah, with 6 viewers. Peace out. Now I can't even get out of here. Wow. That's crazy. serious.